Hey there, beauty fans. This is Mira, your favorite Mary Kay sales director, and I have a guest. I have my friend Megan, who is the Petite beauty blogger on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and all your social media faves. What's really fun is Megan has been my friend and client since she was 14 years old. So she and her mom, Denise, actually predate my husband in being in my life, which is one of my favorite parts of Mary Kay, is to introduce people to the world of beauty in their teens and 20s and continue to grow our relationships. So welcome, Megan. Thank you so much for coming into my group and on my page today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I would love to have you tell a little bit about Petite Beauty and what got you started doing the YouTube channels and the reviews and what you're doing next, and how we can come around you as a community of women and support what you're doing.
Well, I think I started back in 2016, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I mean, nobody does when they start YouTube, I feel like.
Yeah,
And most of those videos I've like deleted or are private because they're so terrible. I'm like, nobody's seeing those ones anymore.
right,
Honestly, it was just kind of like, I think I could do that. Like
right.
I was because I watched YouTube so much, and I was like,
Yeah,
maybe I could start a channel.
right.
And so I didn't know what I was doing. But I bought filming equipment and a camera, and I had like a tiny dinky little camera when I first started, and it was not good lighting and
Yeah,
like all this everything. And I basically taught myself and figured things out on my own. I didn't really have anybody to like help me.
mhm,
I mean, I learned some things through watching other social media influencers on what to do, kind of, but
mhm,
like I'll like take notes of like what their equipment is that they're using. If they like show something in the background, I'm like, what is
right.
that? What
Yeah.
is that? I need to know.
Message and be like, "Can you tell me about all of your equipment? Do you have links to them?"
Right, yeah. So it just started off. I feel like for me, it takes a while for me to get the hang of things. And I feel
Uh-huh.
like where I am now, I mean, obviously it could get even better, like quality wise, but I feel
Yeah,
like even now, I'm finally like getting to that point where I'm like, okay, I know what I'm doing.
right,
And, it just, I'm happy with how things are progressing.
right,
I do feel like for me, things happen a little bit slower.
right.
So, I started back in 2016, but it took me a long time to get to the amount of followers that I have, whereas most people would probably have more than I do.
Right.
But it's because, I don't know, everybody's time frame, everybody's time frame is different. So
Definitely.
I just, I'm here now. So
Yeah. That's right, and it just gets better from here. So exciting. So, what are you working on next? What's on your filming schedule for the next couple of weeks?
Well, I'm really excited because we are getting into the fall season, and so
Mhm.
brands are actually dropping a lot of holiday stuff now, and I'm really
Yeah.
excited about it. I have like the new Too Faced Pumpkin Spice collection,
Ooh.
and they came out with a Too Faced Better Than Chocolate collection,
Oh, yeah, lots of
and
fun stuff.
yeah,
Great.
and I'm going to be reviewing some holiday stuff, more like the fall collections that
Uh-huh.
come out.
That's
And
great.
then just like I love doing foundation reviews, so I'm gonna have
Uh-huh.
like the new Lady Gaga House Labs foundation. I actually
Wow.
went to Sephora the other day and I got shade matched for it, but I want to do a dedicated video to that because
Yeah.
that's going to be a really big launch. It's going to be a
Yeah.
really big foundation.
Yeah, foundation
Um,
is so important, and getting your shade match right is
yeah,
difficult. You and I both have a lot of red in our undertones, and that can make
yeah,
it very pale with red undertones.
yeah. I feel like I can do like most of the time a neutral undertone, and I feel like I'm pretty good at picking out my shade, but it's been interesting where I work. I'm working at Ulta,
Yes.
and it's been interesting just learning how to shade match other people because
Yeah, it's tricky.
obviously they have there's thousands of other undertones, and
Yes.
then each brand has a different way of how they
Mhm.
do it with their
Yeah.
undertone matching. So then you have to learn from what brand, like,
Yes.
so then you have
Yes.
to learn each brand and how their
Yes.
undertones are. So
Yeah. Even
it's
with just working with one brand, when they update things and make them better,
yeah,
I feel like I'm starting from scratch with learning the matching. So
yeah.
awesome. Well, let's get into what we're going to what you're going to teach us today, which is we're going to use let's see if I can get a better, where is my thing? Okay. So we're going to be doing the new Mary Kay palette. And we're going to do a different look than the one you did on your review of the palette.
Yeah.
And let me play this quick 30-second video about the makeover contest, which is happening right now.
Yep.
So you may not be able to see this, but I hope this isn't happening. All right, well, that wasn't what I wanted, but it was short, so yay for that. Okay, so we're featuring this because Mary Kay has a makeover contest that goes through September 30th, and we're going to do a purple eye look. We did one that was based on the more pumpkin-y warm tones. So,
Yeah.
and you're going to teach me something fun that you came up with as an alternate look. So go ahead and take it away. Tell me all about what we're going to do today.
All right, so I already primed my eyes off camera, and of course, your skincare prep for the rest of your makeup is very important. So I've already done all that. And so the first shade, the two mattes that they have in this palette, I was kind of wishing that there was maybe, a third one, but the ones that they
Right.
put in here work so well, and I'm really impressed with the two shades that are in here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm first, here, let's hold it up here like this. So I'm gonna first go in with the darker shade here.
Okay.
This dark shade is called Dream Big Brown. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that one first.
Okay.
And I like to take it on a large fluffy brush, kind of like one that's a little bit more
Okay, maybe even bigger than that.
compact. Because I found that with the smoky eye, I like to do the darker shade first and then kind of soften it with the lighter shadow.
Right. And I think, yeah, because basic makeup application is you start light to dark, and smoky eye really is a whole different thing.
Yeah, it is. All right, and then try. And then what I did was I just started tapping that, and I even tap it over my lid because we're just going to cover the lid with the purple shadow.
Oh, are we doing Dream Big Brown first?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm just buffing it into the crease and a little bit above the crease.
Okay.
Just kind of make sure it's all.
I'm doing my eye that I can see out of first. All right. Ooh, I like that. Good idea. I find this color to be really surprising because you look at it and you think it's going to be so dark.
Yeah.
But it is really buildable.
Yeah, and you can obviously build it up to your liking. And when we go in with the lighter matte shadow, we're going to soften the outer edge of it.
Okay. And that one is Sienna Skies is the name. That one's gorgeous. And where are you putting that? You're putting that right here over the, like at the top?
Yeah, like where the shadow kind of ends, just like blending in that.
Okay.
Softening it. Blending it together.
Ooh. Yeah, since I have a deeper set eye, I tend to stay away from like traditional smoky looks, but I feel like it's all the right colors.
Yeah, I have the hooded lids, so it
Yeah.
can be a little frustrating doing eye makeup with the hooded lids. But I like to make sure to bring it above the crease.
Right. That's so important. I think I'd been in Mary Kay almost 3 years before I realized that, and it's
Oh yeah,
amazing pictures from before that time to after, just the impact of a basic look was
yeah.
huge.
I look back at some of my really old photos and I'm like, ooh, I they were good for me then, but like
Yeah,
like
it's
I
so
can blend things
important.
out so much better now.
I know. I look back at my, pictures and I cringe, and then I'm like,
Yeah,
"Oh, but I need to send some love to that girl because out there
right.
somewhere there's someone just like her." So,
Yeah, and I went through a weird phase where I didn't wear blush for a little while,
uh-huh.
and and you can really tell like blush makes such a difference in
Blush
the
is the
expression of
most
your face.
underestimated of all the
And I was just conscious because I was like, oh, but it's gonna bring out the redness of my if I have a zit.
Mhm. Right.
And it's just kind of one of those things that you kind of get over when you get a little bit
Yeah.
older, and you're like, but I look back at those pictures, and it's just like my bronzer, and I was like, oh, those look terrible because it doesn't look, your
Right.
cheeks
You're
don't
just
look as
all
plump,
eyes, like big
like
raccoons.
it
Yeah.
doesn't look good. And I'm like, oh, but I was conscious about my acne, and I think a lot of people are. So,
Right. So yeah, that's why good skincare, getting a proper foundation match, which foundation is
mhm,
definitely part of skincare, even though we think of it as part of makeup. It's the
yeah,
last step for a good routine because it seals everything, seals
yeah,
in your good moisture and products, and keeps everything in the air off of your face.
yes. I
All
just
right.
kind of like to go back and forth and make sure that I'm
Yeah.
happy. It's
Yeah, I
so
feel like
weird. I feel like this lid picks up more pigment than this lid.
well, they do
And,
say that your eyes are asymmetrical, and I think it's also a hand dominance issue for
mhm,
me. I
yeah,
noticed that whatever side, that because I am ambidextrous, but like going
yeah,
this way, I shy away from putting very much on there because I
yeah.
don't want to overdo it. My favorite thing from my cringe years is that I didn't really know that you should like look to the side and blend your eyeshadow. So it was like eyeshadow is fine,
Oh,
but it was like
yeah.
hard stops. So,
I still remember the days when I had like the little Maybelline eyeshadow palettes and I used
uh-huh.
that little flat sponge.
Oh,
And that's how I put my eyeshadow on. I was like, I didn't know about blending or
right,
using a brush.
right. And it's
And
so true.
now I'm like,
Tools are as important as the product.
so when I blend out with the other shadow, I like to go in with a brush that's really thin like this,
Uh-huh.
really
Okay.
small like this one.
Gotcha. I've got one of those here somewhere.
It just gives it more of a precise application. And then, of course, I always kind of tap off my shadow so you don't have a bunch of eyeshadow on your
Right.
lid. And then,
I'm already loving what is happening right now, even without the purple. So
right?
to blend a little bit on this side.
And then it looks even prettier when then you add the purple on the lids and like ties it all in together.
Mhm. So where are you gonna do the placement? Is it gonna be on the inside, on the outside corner, in
So
the
I
middle?
put purple just all over the lid, and for my because I have hooded lids. I'm gonna say that again.
Okay.
And because I have hooded lids, I like to bring it up just a little bit
Okay.
because of how the fold of my eye is.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I've been doing a lot. I find myself always doing that traditional V with the accent colors, like from the lid
mhm.
line to the traditional crease and blending it up. But I'm interested to see how you're going to do it
See
because,
how it like softened it?
yeah.
So
Hmm.
do the other side here.
I'm happy how this is working out with the rest of my face. I put my face on
Oh,
and
good.
did a client visit. So I have foundation and I have see, I did Wineberry cheeks, and I used my highlighter, my contouring, and I've got on my Casual Rose lip color, which is a neutral, but it's not too dark or too light. And then I'm going to do purple.
Yeah, and I like to actually wet my eyeshadow brush when the shimmer.
Interesting.
And
That's a good idea.
I use this brush. It's like one from ColourPop. It's like just a flat brush.
Yeah.
And hopefully you can't hear it, but I have other things going on in the house right now. So if you hear my dog barking, because he's
no, everybody's got it.
Freaking out because the repairman is here working on some things, and it's just the way life goes.
Right. It is amazing when I record things and I can hear my family in the background.
Yeah.
And then on the video, I'm like, oh, you can just barely hear it, and then anything's happening.
Right.
Fine. Okay. I'm digging what I've done, but I don't know if it's what you want.
Right,
okay, so you got it wet.
And I like soak my brush. So
okay.
Put the pigment.
I'm gonna have to try that. I don't think. Do I have any water in here? No, I don't have water or anything I can spray on this right here.
You don't have a setting spray?
Well, I'm in my office right now, so I brought the makeup that I wasn't sure I was gonna need.
All right.
So that's a good trick to do it with setting spray and not water.
I'm gonna be taking this purple shimmer here.
Okay, I think I'm gonna try and make you the main person so that I can watch you. Wait, that's not right. Nope.
You know what you're doing more than I do, so.
Well, that's, you know, technology is just always about learning something new over and over again. Okay, let me see if I can make you the primary one. Solo layout. There we go. All right, so all you. So show us what you got.
So I have that purple shadow here. It's so weird doing this with my camera on my phone. I'm not used to this. So I'm using the purple shadow, and the name of the shadow is Purple Vibes, which I love that. And then I am just taking it right on the lid, right over top of that brown shadow that we applied.
So you're using it, you use the brown basically to build the purple.
Yeah, kind of like intensify it, make it a little bit deeper, a little bit more smoky.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we got company. And then I'm just gonna build it up. And one thing that I also like to do, especially with a more wet shadow,
right,
is I will actually take a little bit of that same shimmer on my finger and tap it over the shadow just to kind of set it.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
So I'll just
definitely seeing how wetting the brush for this is gonna, when I do this next time, it's gonna really help.
And then it also kind of intensifies it.
Mm-hmm. Whew.
And I feel like it keeps it from creasing because of it being wet, more of a wet formula. So it's just gonna look something like that.
Okay, and so then after you tap it all over the eye, you're building it up on the crease?
Yeah, just a little into the crease, but you still want to have some of that brown. I do tend to do this. I'll like go back.
Right, go back and add the undercolor so that you can see it. That's a good point.
So you just kind of like build it up to where you want. So you just kind of build it up to where you want.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that brown still.
Awesome.
it. See, it like goes from the purple to that deep brown and then the other outer shade.
Now, what do you do about, do you go all the way up to your brow line with a different color, or do you just add a little, are you going to add a little sienna skies at the top, or just going to blend so it's kind of ombre with your skin?
So what I like to do is I'm just taking this fluffy brush here, and this had just some powder on it because I actually set my eyeshadow primer a little bit
There you go.
with loose
Okay.
powder. And I just want to, you know, kind of soften the edge so it's not harsh.
Gotcha. So a little bit of powder and a fluffy brush.
Yeah. Very little powder. Like you want it barely any on there. I just kind of use what's left over from when I set it.
And do you use translucent or skin colored powder?
Translucent.
Okay. Awesome. All right. I'm going to come back on and show you what I did.
Okay. I want to see.
Me.
Trying to move this so it's not in the frame.
Duck lips. Nice. And then, of course, I'll go back and do my hair. Oh, I just got a little eyeshadow on my forehead. Ha! And it's opposite. That's fun. Here's my eyeshadow. It's on my forehead now. Awesome. Well, that looks great. Thank you so much for teaching this look. And let's trade photos when we have all of our stuff done.
Yeah, I was going to finish, obviously, the rest of my makeup after streaming here.
Awesome.
But I just used those two colors, and I decided to try a smoky eye with it because I felt like they were great.
This was a really good, I'm loving this. This is something I wouldn't have put together naturally because I'm always so, you know, trying to keep it light in next to my nose because of the shape of my eyes. But I think this is actually one of the most flattering looks that I've done recently.
Oh,
so
good. Yeah, I want them to come out with a cool tone palette. I think
I can't tell you anything, but there's some fun stuff that's in the works. I just got the perspective sheet. So
I was doing this and I was like, oh, it'd be so nice to have a cool tone with like the same kind of concept.
Yeah.
Because I love having warm tones, but I also like having cool tones and then mixing the two palettes together.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you so much. And I can't wait to see your finished look.
Yeah, I'm going to finish my makeup off camera, but thank you for having me.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, beauty fans. We'll see you later. Bye.